गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुञ्ज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुञ्ज बिहारी. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, very nice. Very good. Let me open our Mangalacharan. Harini Mataji, you
Yeah, I
want
can
to?
read. Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Agnana Timirandasya Nana Jana Salakaya Taksur Unmilitam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuthapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhan Vitam Cham एक कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपी सा गोपिका कंठा राधा कंठा नमस्तुते तप्त कंचना गौरंगी राधा वृंदावनेश्वरी सभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पंचकल्पातरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण दंडवत प्रणाम.
Hare Krishna Mataji, very nice. Very good.
Thank you.
Okay. So, we will get into our Bhagavad Gita study. I think we have done, we did 19, right? Maybe Baldev Prabhu can come.
Yes, Prabhuji, we just one second, Prabhuji.
Okay. So we will start from, sorry, Prabhu.
I think, yeah, we did until 20, Prabhuji. 19. I'm sorry.
19. Yes. Okay. Very good. So, devotees, Krishna, as we know, in chapter 19, is giving a lot of detail about his personal qualities. So, we have gone through that. He has already said how his devotees can really understand him nicely. Otherwise, that's why it's called the confidential knowledge. The knowledge is already there. But within the given knowledge, that since Krishna in the past few verses is talking more about the Vishwarupa, everything, the material, the spiritual, everything is him. Everything emanates from him. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. So now, the question sometime a person who is trying to understand the Vedic knowledge, they may get confused. They may think that if everything is Krishna's energy, we also briefly discussed, there are three things we come to know from chapter 9. One is Krishna's spiritual energy, Antaranga Shakti, his material energy, Bahiranga Shakti, and then Krishna himself. That's why he's saying, I'm separate also. Apart from in energies, Krishna is separate. It's a little complex to understand. Prabhupada also mentioned, Acharyas are mentioning that this is what is called Achinta Beda Abeda. So now the question is, if this entire material manifestation, as shown by Krishna in the Vishwarupa, if it is all his energy, then maybe it is all Brahman. So that's a cause of confusion. So there is a philosophy that everything is Brahman, energy. Why not I just worship the energy? That is where the devotee is able to understand, yes, it is an energy of Krishna only. Everything is an energy. All the 14 lokas in each universe, they are floating devotees. The earth is floating right now. How it is floating without any base? Is it even possible? Something is holding it up. So science call it as, whatever the Big Bang theory, the wired black hole, the God's particle, or whatever they want to call it. But the Vedas, who can really understand the Veda, they will know that, yes, it is an energy, but the owner of that energy is the energetic, Shakti and Shaktiman. These are all Shakti, all the, material manifestation. But Krishna is a Shaktiman. He is the possessor of all those Shakti. That's the key thing here that we have to understand. Devotees understand this very clearly. That yes, everything is the river, mountain, is an energy creation of Krishna? Yes. But is there a Krishna, or is it just all energies? The answer is again and again. That's what is Krishna is. One more time is saying that I am the immortality. Okay. I am the immortality means he is everything, eternal. Then he immediately says, I am also the mrityu, death. So when you have immortality, amritam, where is the question of mrityu? How does it even happen? That's also another cause of kind of complex confusion. But again, the devotee's understanding is very, very clear. Yes, Krishna is eternal. We are all eternal. But when Krishna's energy, the material, there can be some change in the, there is a origin of that particular form, and then there is the end of that particular form, like our body. Our body changes. From our birth, it has changed. During the death, it will go away. But Atma, which is spiritual, eternal. So that is, the devotee understands this very nicely. So then he's saying is everything, he's also the Sat again, and he's also saying the Asat. He is also the spiritual, is also the matter. And then he has already explained, he is also Krishna himself as a person, as a form. Sat, Asat, and Krishna. Almost like Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan concept. So again, it's very clear. Is anyone not clear, devotees, on this? About the difference between Krishna's energy and Krishna himself? Or any comments? Okay. So looks like Krishna, I think the Acharyas are saying, Srila Prabhupada has already mentioned in the previous verses, this understanding, the confidential knowledge, the most confidential, this can be perfectly understood by devotees. And it needs that Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti means, Ananya means Anya or Na Anya, meaning none other than Krishna. If our understanding is just Krishna, everything will be clear. But if you are going to understand Krishna only, like maybe I will try to understand Krishna only 20%, 25%. That is what is your understanding will be. It will not be complete. But Krishna himself says, Mam ekam charanam raja. Person, devotees who really completely, ekam, is not saying share your concentration, share your mind, and share your understanding into 100 different concepts. Not at all. Devotees, has anyone heard about a philosophy called Epicurus? Has anyone heard? Anyhow, it is a very old Greek philosophy. Greek also, like the Vedic knowledge is kind of ancient. But when we try to understand a little bit about what the other philosophies are saying, we will try to know how much advanced is our Veda. So, anyway, going back to this Epicurus, it's come from the Greek philosopher Epicurus. So, this understanding is that there are 3 or 4 different of concepts there. One, there is a God, but that God is limited. He cannot control everything. Next is, God is very, very powerful, but he will not help certain people. That is an understanding. Third understanding is that God is not powerful at all. And he cannot help also. So things like this. But when we understand the Vedas, because the main question again and again, lame and common people ask that if the God is all omnipotent, omnipresent, and he knows omniscient, he knows everything, he has the ability to control everything also, why does bad things happen? This many people still they will debate. They will not accept our whatever philosophy will give, they will not accept it. They will say, hey, you are saying God is a parent. Which parent would want their kids to suffer? Whatever may be the reason. Any thoughts, devotees?
So, Prabhuji, there are many instances I read in the newspaper that parents are forced to call the cops to hand over their kids because they're taking drugs and doing a lot of torture on the family members. So they're totally, but Krishna is much better, thousands times better. Krishna don't call the cops, they're having the past karma, they're suffering, and Krishna trying to help them out from that position also. But in metal world, even sometimes we saw that it's really happening, that father parents even don't accept the kids. From today, you are not more our kids because they get so much hurt from their activities.
Yeah, that's true, Prabhu. Yeah. Krishna actually, that's why we need, this is again and again devotees. Again, the knowledge is there, but it becomes confidential, very valuable for devotees because we now understand, yes, what Krishna is saying makes a lot of sense. And why, and there is nothing called Krishna is not helping us at all. He's already helping. We are breathing today, devotees. There are so many entities cannot breathe at this point. They have left their body today. At this moment, several people are they're taking their last breath. But today at least we are able to breathe. We are able to analyze. Our brain is working. We are able to see. We are able to hear. So many good things are happening. This is like somebody said that our human body, if you really want to put a material value, it's almost like $1 million. Your eyes, your whatever, your hearing capacity, your talking capacity, your walking. We have doctors here, 2-3 doctors here. They will say how valuable each of our body organs and parts are. There are so many wealthy people, they are waiting for some body transplant. I mean, what is called implant or transplant of their vital organ. Steve Jobs, one of the richest billionaire in the modern history, he had to go through a liver transplant, but it didn't work. He was ready to pay, like Alexander the Great. He had all the wealth and power, but nobody could do anything. So God is helping us all the time. But material people, they may not understand this. They will think everything, they will take it as a material. They will say, my doctor did not perform a good job, or they did not do this, or they did not do that. I did not get insurance. These are all good. These are all material challenges. But beyond this, if you have faith in Krishna, he will take care of everything. Yes, Bhashati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, very nice you're explaining. about that what I heard from Her Grace Nitai Sabini Mataji's lecture. She said that Prabhuji, that Krishna is always thinking about us, and he also like feel bad when living entity suffers, because those are all his children. So he doesn't want them to suffer, but he has to, like the people who are suffering or because of their karma, as you said, but Krishna wants them to complete their karma so that they can come back to him. So like, and analogy she gave is that when doctor did the surgery to a patient, the patient might get lot of pain and due to the surgery, but doctor always wants that the patient get better. The patient the cure of the patient is the main goal of the doctor, a surgeon. So that's why he is cutting and amputing the infected part, or which needs to be take out from the body so that the patient get better. So the same way Krishna also wants that his children come back to go back to home. So that's what Krishna is. That's why, like, it's sufferings because of us, not for Krishna, not because of Krishna. So Krishna is always our well wisher. Always he thinks about us. Always he is with us. Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Mataji. Yeah. Devotees take everything as Krishna's arrangement. But the materialistic people, since they are not really considering Krishna, it is like falling from a 300 feet. The material people, they are not going to think about things, they're going to fall and get hurt. But for devotees, it's the same 300 feet, but it's like a roller coaster. Many of us might have, experienced going through the roller coaster. It's also 300 feet. There is something called express or something train, it is like standing on the top and it's going to fall to the ground. Everybody is screaming, but this is all in kind of an excitement, and they know that nothing will happen to them. They're just going through the experience. They like it. They want to enjoy that. So devotees take it like that. Prahlad had gone through all the suffering. But Prahlad had so much faith that whatever happens, it is Lord Hari's arrangement. If Lord Hari wants me to get hurt, I'll get hurt. No problem. That is the Ananya Bhakti. We are trying to be that kind of a thing, but that is what ultimately we should develop that. Once if we do that, this chapter will make more sense that what is our ultimate goal. Okay. So devotees, today's verse is actually not 19, but I thought I'll just touch base. Krishna has explained this about the Vishwarupa, why, what are his, material manifestation, how do we deal with all those things and so on. Now, he might still touch a little bit on the universal form, but this is mostly on the worship of devas and devatas, demigods. Okay, what happens, why it has to be even done, things like that. So why not we read this, devotees? This is again, it is a different meter or metric of reading. If one of you want to try, this has got 5 words, so there'll be something like our Traivedyamam Somapa Puta Papa, something like that. So would you like to try, anyone?
I can try to.
Sure.
Yeah, please go ahead, Mataji.
त्रैविद्यमां सोऽपापूतपापा यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते ते पुण्यमासाद्य सुरेन्द्रलोक मश्रन्ति दिव्यान् दिवि देव भोगान्. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Shalini Mataji. That was wonderful. Why not 2 more? Baldesva Prabhuji.
Trividdhamam shoma paputa papa yagnirishta shargotim prathayante te punnam ashadayo surendra lokam ashanti didban divideva bhogan.
Very nice, Prabhu. Haribol. Devotees, we can do one more.
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Wait, Mataji.
Yeah, yeah, please. You can read.
Traividya mam soma pahuta papa yajnairvistva swa kathim prathayanti ti punyam asadhya surendra lokam asnanti divyam divi deva bhogan. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Okay, very nice, Mataji. Okay, devotees, it's not a very long purport. One devotee can read the translation, a synonym and translation, and another devotee can read the purport.
I can read synonyms and translation, Prabhuji.
Yeah, sure.
Synonyms: Trividya, the knowers of the three Vedas; Mam, me; Somapa, drinkers of Soma juice; Puta, purified; Papaha, of sins; Yajneya, with sacrifices; Ishtva, worshipping; Swagatim, passage of heaven; Prapatyante, pray for; Te, they; Punyam, pious; Asadhya, attaining; Sura, Indra, of Indra; Lokam, the world; Asnanti, enjoy; Divyan, celestial; Divi, in heaven; Deva Bhogan, the pleasures of the gods. Translation: Those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma juice, seeking the heavenly planets, worship me indirectly. Purified of sinful reactions, they take birth on the pious heavenly planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Mataji. Why not we read the purport, devotees?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. May I read, Prabhuji?
Definitely, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Abhay Charana Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Purport. The word Trai Vidyaha refers to the three Vedas, Sama, Yajur and Rigveda. A Brahmana who has studied these three Vedas is called a Trivedi. Anyone who is very much attached to knowledge derived from these three Vedas is respected in society. Unfortunately, there are many great scholars of the Vedas who don't know the ultimate purport of studying them. Therefore, Krishna herein declares himself to be the ultimate goal for the Trivedis. Actual Trivedis take shelter under the lotus feet of Krishna and engage in pure devotional service to satisfy the Lord. Devotional service begins with the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra and side by side trying to understand Krishna in truth. Unfortunately, those who are simply official students of the Vedas become more interested in offering sacrifices to the different demigods like Indra and Chandra. By such endeavor, the worshippers of different demigods are certainly purified of the contamination of the lower qualities of nature and are thereby elevated to the higher planetary systems of heavenly planets known as Maharloka, Jnanaloka, Tapoloka, etc. One studied on those higher planetary systems, one can satisfy his senses hundred of thousands of times better than on this planet. Dandavat Pranam Prabhujis and Matajis. Hare Krishna.
You want to share more, Prabhu, your thoughts or comment?
actually who studied these three Vedas, Yugveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda. If he is not born as a Brahman, also anybody can study these Vedas. Who is follow the rules and regulations are our ISKCON uh, rules. He will become Brahmana. I think so, with my poor knowledge, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, no, that's a good understanding. Chaturvarnyam Maya system. Krishna says, Guna Karma Vibhagasaha. So, Brahmana or Kshatriya, it is not because of your birth, because of your guna, whatever you do. It's not by birth. It's not kula. He's not saying kula karma. He's saying guna. Guna means whatever we develop. So, you're right. That's one. Brahmana is also okay. But whether whatever you are, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, we have to understand that Krishna is the ultimate understanding of all Vedas, of all knowledge, of all intelligence. That is more important. But good, Prabhuji. Devotees, any more thoughts?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Then. Yes, Prabhuji, wonderfully explained. So as we can see, when we worship Lord Krishna, it is like worshipping everybody. So, Krishna says that we don't actually need to directly, worship the demigods, because most of the demigod worshippers are seeking some material benefit. Because somebody wants good wife, wealth, heavenly planets. So all this, but they can go to this, of course, Krishna says that whoever, worships them to, Pitrulokas, they go to Pitruloka. But all of them have to come back again to this mortal life after they have enjoyed all their, exhausted the result of this, their in Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, and all. But if we worship Krishna, then we can directly, even though we study the Vedas, of course, by worshipping Krishna, it is like watering the roots of the plants. Every stem and leaf, flower gets nourished. So in the same way, if we worship Lord Krishna, even all the demigods, everybody, in fact, every jivas, everybody gets, benefited. And of course, our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this chanting will be going on in every town and village. But, for now, we can see that, devotees are chanting and improving and, spreading this knowledge. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
And chanting will happen even in ICC hall.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
Everywhere. So, yeah, that's a good reflection for you. So, Krishna is saying, devotees, we might have heard this last name, Trivedi. There are so many, there is a group, they have their last name, especially from the Bihar, UP area in India. Their last name would be Trivedi, or even from parts of Gujarat also they have Trivedi. Krishna Mataji, I think many Gujaratis also have Trivedi, right?
Yes, Prabhuji, correct.
Yes.
I never knew that Trivedi is called because people who have knowledge of three Vedas are known as Trivedi. Today I got to know about meaning of this surname.
Yeah, it is quite essential. We know some of the things from where these names are coming. It's not just some made up names. Every name, Surendra name is also very kind of a popular name in India. It is Indra, he is the king of all the Deva and Devata. So that is where we get the Sura, Indra, Surendra. Here, if you look at the verse, it is pronounced Surendra, Surendra Lokam. So many things. Yeah, Trivedi is typically those who have really studied the three, Vedas. There is Chaturvedi also. But this Trivedi is the main thing, the Sama, Yajur, Rig Vedas who have really done. And Prabhupada here explained that. But now in the modern Kali Yuga, what has happened, even those who have read very well, scholarly on the Vedas, they may not understand the ultimate purpose of reading Veda. Who is the ultimate purpose? What is the ultimate goal of reading all those things? Am I going to become a scholar? Am I going to open a online Sanskrit class or course, or what is my ultimate goal? Ultimate goal is Krishna. If that much is done, then I think it's a bit. You can read also, then you can learn Veda also. But the purpose is the main thing always. It's like you have a car, you have a vehicle, you have gas, everything good. But where are you going to go? If you don't know that, it's all a waste. It's futile. The entire atom is a waste. You can be roaming here and there all day, all week. But we should have a goal. The goal is that I want to be with Krishna. And why not we go to here? It looks like Srila Prabhupada is also saying these are all good and they are hundreds and thousands of times better than material platform, Bhuloka. It's much better. More opulences, more luxury, no problem. The weather is also, the higher and higher you go, the comfort, the material distress, they are reduced. Even your body slowly, as you go to the upper platform, your body also becomes very subtle. Then the more and more you go up to the Satya Loka, if at all, you will be mostly of pure consciousness. And then if you get if you get into complete Krishna Prema, then the next elevation is spiritual platform. You can go back to Goloka Vrindavan. That is our main, goal. Whether I feel that physical, at that time, we cannot go with this body. We have a spiritual body. We'll get a spiritual body. So we have to work towards that. That is what is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has made this very easy. Here is Srila Prabhupada is saying, all this thing can be easily done by chanting the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Very easy. Very simple. So devotees, tomorrow actually is Ganesh Chaturthi. Per the US timing. It could be today or tomorrow, but I think tomorrow is the date for Ganesh Chaturthi. So Ganesh is also worshipped by many devotees all over the world. Even there is a very brief mention in Nectar of Devotion that Ganesh has to be worshipped before any prayers or any real worship to Krishna. But that understanding, Srila Prabhupada has very well explained, that's not needed exactly for devotees. Even if you do that, the goal of those kind of worship is to see how I can serve Krishna. Ganesh, tomorrow is Ganesh Chaturthi. Lord Ganesh, can you please remove all the obstacles so that I can very nicely, go advance in my Krishna consciousness. But Srila Prabhupada said that you really don't need that also. You just surrender to Krishna. Krishna will help you. If you surrender to Krishna, everything, not only any material obstacle, you will take care of everything. Our body, mind, everything is dependent on so many things. Only Krishna can give solace and Krishna can guide. Otherwise, there is no... Otherwise, we'll be doing only part by part. Yes, Lord Ganesh is powerful. He can take care of few things. But the ultimate thing, understanding Krishna Prema, that only Krishna can give. Like in a hospital, there may be so many doctors, but the ultimate thing, the decisions made on patient are the most senior doctor. They have to, serious cases. What do you think, Baldev Prabhu? Am I somewhat correct? Not only a hospital, any government, each government, there is governor for each state. But overall, as a country, there is a president who has got the ultimate authority. Whatever he says, he can even override the state legislation. At some point of time, I will share my personal experience how the government works. There is something called eminent domain. Eminent domain means the federal government has got the ultimate authority. Not today. We will discuss this, but sometime I will explain you when I came to know what is eminent domain in this country. So like that, we have to know that whatever we aiming for, I need money, I need good health, these are all good. Unless you have money, how are you going to take care of yourself? If you don't have a good shelter, all the time you'll be only struggling with day-to-day things, and you will not have real peace of mind to concentrate on Krishna. You need all those things. Everybody needs. And being successful is also not a sin. What we have to understand from Bhagavad Gita is that everything Krishna is saying, do it. But do it thinking of me as a sacrifice to me. Become a billionaire. But what is the purpose of becoming a billionaire? That I'm going to give it to my sons and all my future generation. Nobody should touch. They should become another billion. That's not the point. I want a billionaire, but I'm going to serve each dollar for Krishna. That's it. We have example. Even in ISKCON, there are many, many wealthy devotees. They have understood this concept very nicely, and they have kind of completely surrendered their life in this process. They had every option that I can be very materially enjoy sense gratification. They can be known as the richest person. But they decided because they could understand the knowledge. So devotees, more thoughts. Krisha Mataji, any thoughts why we should not go after material, even though it may seem material? Do we need money for building the temple, or temple is going to be built just like that? We need money. Tomorrow, in the next few days, we need money to build a center, to build a temple. There's nothing wrong. It's not sense gratification. I think Baldev Sababu wants to say something. Okay,
No,
Krisha
Prabhuji.
Mataji, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Keshavji can speak. Keshavji, please go ahead.
I believe money is important, but its main thing is its usage, how we use it. Uh, Not only money, it's about everything. Even if it's knowledge or any of our qualities, if we don't use it in a proper way, it's going to affect us badly. So nothing is bad. Not having money is bad, or having certain types of quality is bad, but utilizing them in proper way is what it is important. So I believe this is what I believe, Prabhuji. I don't know if it's true or not.
No, you're right. Absolutely. All this material strength or opulences are all good. I want to be a very strong person, but for what? Am I going to become like a, Mr. Universe, or, Mr. Good Looking, or I'm going to use that energy to serve Krishna? So the achieving material success is necessarily not bad if that success is given to as a sacrifice. What is that verse? Mat kurushva, tat kurushva mat arpanam. Surrender everything to me. All your austerities, all the penance you are doing, do it as a sacrifice to me. That we do that, that is the perfect understanding of Krishna consciousness. Any more thought? I'm seeing your Sushilpa Mataji is here, but very quiet. I don't know why.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisance. I am listening, Prabhuji, and understand. I joined a couple of minutes ago. So listening, Prabhuji.
Okay, the question is that, what is the problem? Why cannot we just enjoy material? We become very successful, spend a lot of time and effort, and become materially successful. What is the problem with that? Why cannot we be happy? Why Krishna is talking about that only? He's saying people who have read the Vedas, they will understand that ultimate purpose of reading all this Veda is Krishna. But even if somebody does not, understand fully, they get to go to the upper planets because they are out of the kind of the material desire. They are not, but they have not understood Krishna. Krishna has already said, Bahunam Janmanam Ante. Mahatma is saying Jnanama, and that soul, that person who has understood that Vasudev is everything, they are Mahatma. But there are always, Krishna is very nicely explaining the category in between that. These are all good people only, pious. They have learned the Vedas, but they have not understood the ultimate purpose of learning the Vedas. So they get to go to the upper planet, which we have also learned from previous verses. But do we want that, or why not we just go to the supreme abode? Here, these upper planets are called, Srila Prabhupada is saying, these higher planetary systems, one can satisfy his senses hundreds of thousands of times better than on this planet. Right? Indra, Chandra, Lok. But again, Srila Prabhupada will explain, Brahma Samhita will also explain, the supreme abode Krishna Loka is eternally, million times more ananda, more blissful. Why not we try that? Right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Good. Good, Prabhu.
No, I'm just saying yes, Prabhuji. I agree with you. So thank you for explaining.
Ashwati Mataji, any comments? Why?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dharvatana Balkrishna Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Prabhuji. So here, Krishna is the source of all Vedas, and through the Vedas, the absolute truth will be revealed. So, and the people who worships the demigods, they have the personal agenda of material gain. Definitely, that's why, and demigods are actually fulfilling those material gains. That's why we worship demigods usually. And then, but Krishna is the supreme, and the person who worship the demigod, they will go to different lokas as explained Prabhupada in the purport, but they cannot attain the supreme abode because loving Krishna, building relationship with through Guru with Krishna will take us to the Golok Vrindavan, and that should be our ultimate goal, where we will not come back. But all those other lokas, always there is a chance to come back in this material world, again take birth, and till that time also we might not be able to understand Krishna and the absolute truth. Again we'll go to the same cycle of birth and death, and worshipping different demigods. So therefore our ultimate goal should be to get Krishna. Yes, but we have material duties. We cannot escape from our material duties. We have to do our work. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita that you have to do karma. I cannot escape from karma. But all the fruits, as you said, we have to sacrifice, offer to Krishna's lotus feet. That whatever Krishna, whatever I'm doing is, I'm doing for you, and this is my fruit, and that's what I'm giving on your lotus feet. So that should be the goal. That should be the goal of a follower of Krishna consciousness, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Mataji. Yeah. Karma, a knowledgeable person would understand karma is a process to purify ourselves. Every activity that we do, we have to bring Krishna into that activity that will purify the process. We are actually trying to do that. Whenever we do something, we think about Krishna. Whatever food we eat, we first offer it to Krishna as bhoga, then it becomes prasadam, which is a very big thing. In today's world, maybe a good 60-70% people, they just eat. That's it. I want this, I want that. But we don't do that. We first have to offer Krishna so that karma is purified. Even eating is a karma. Buying is a karma. Everything, each and every activity is a karma. So how can I purify it? Individually, I won't be able to purify. I can go to the grocery store, buy it, wash it very nicely, clean it, put it in freezer and make it the best. It will not work because still the karma is there inside. But anything we get it from this material world. So only way, as Subal Prabhu also mentioned, it is like watering the roots, is surrendering to Krishna and offering everything to Krishna as a, as a sacrifice, as a for offering. That's the only way out. Easy, I think I'll take that. It is simple, but not easy. The process is very simple. It's not like the previous yugas where you have to do a lot of tapasya, 15,000, 20,000 years. Hiranyakashipu had to do, like they say, like 30,000 years of tapasya to get the boon. Here, simple, just chant, that's it. So quite simple, but why it is not easy? Because there is a lot of distraction. We are not very, very committed. We are not surrendered. There is a lot of distraction in this material world. Our mind is not fully, trying to understand Krishna. It comes and goes. It is not Ananya Bhakti. It is there. Sometimes it is there, sometimes it's not there. Right? So, who else wants to?
I just want to add, His Grace Prangovindas Prabhuji used to explain so beautifully of the shloka, giving an example also in detail, as it's mentioned here, that they would be who go to the higher planets and have the somarasa and everything over there. Here in this earthly planet, we see both, right? Both kashta and sukha. Both we experience both. But over there, it's like 100 times. Enjoy. There's nothing like bad or nothing down, something like that, right? So the attachment and having the enjoying the rituals, the glories over there, all the gems and everything is good, 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 good. Enjoyable. So attachment is even more in the heavenly planets. Here at least we have that good and bad, where bad we once we get hurt, as we were doing this kit also, right? Kunti Maharani was asking for more challenges so that she can remember Krishna more, because once we get those challenges, then only we'll remember Krishna. In heavenly planets there are no challenges at all. Everything is good, good, good. Enjoy, and there's no place for remembering Krishna. And once we get attached to all of those beauty and so forth, it's very, very, once the pious count is done in the upper planets, we have to come back, have to fall down. Now with that attachment of enjoyship, how can a soul easily come back to the planet? It's the soul suffers, like the soul in the heavenly planet, with the attachment of enjoying, suffers like hundreds and thousand times. The soul cannot come back at all, but it would be pulled. Prabhuji once explained like a suction, vacuum cleaner suction. The soul will be pulled from the heavenly planet like a suction. No matter how the soul thinks, I want to stay with the attachment. So all of that we should know. Once known, nobody thinks like, okay, we have to go to the heavenly planet anymore. Rather, better to stay here and have the challenges and make use of those challenges to remember Krishna and do worship here. That way we can directly go back to Goloka. Goloka is like the we read earlier also, right? Brahma's one day of an inhalation and Mahavishnu's these are all on one side of the material nature, and then the other side, Goloka Vrindavan, there is no inhalation or uninhalation, nothing. It's all bliss and serving Krishna. So Krishna will take care. of his devotees over there. So just few thoughts, Prabhuji. Thank you
Yes,
so
Hare
much.
Krishna. Very nice. Yeah. Krishna is Sat. We already explained that in last verse. Krishna is saying, I am Amritam, immortality. So we have a, what do we want? Or if you go and give this philosophy to somebody else, they will say, hey, I don't mind going to Swargaloka for 100 years. If that is that kind of a opulence, let me just go and enjoy what is that, And then if you have to, I don't know what form I'll be there, but at least, some enjoyment. And first of all, this that we are eternal, that concept is not there in the material world right now. Nobody's thinking what will happen to me after my death. They say, I won't remember who am I. The soul is going to go to another body. How does it matter to me what I have become? I don't know. We see so many 8.4 million species in the world. Are you thinking, hey, this was my cousin or this was my family? Are we going to think? We don't even care. All our right now concentration is upon this body, me, myself, right? So I think we should also concentrate. This moment, we can really get to the highest level of understanding. We don't have to do it next birth or anything like that. Right now, this birth, we can complete the journey this birth. That's a fantastic goal. And of course, anyhow, this is all devotee's perception. Devotee can say, I really do not, I'm ready to accept anything, whatever Krishna says. If Krishna wants me to come back to Tampa or to any material, creation, I'm ready. Because it's Krishna's desire. We have completely surrendered to Krishna's arrangement. Whatever he does, that is the best for me. If you can come to that kind of a very good, that's the highest level of Krishna consciousness. That is what our Guru Maharaj, Acharyas, of course, Srila Prabhupada is already elevated. He comes here for a Leela. But all the elevated devotees, they don't have a personal goal. They don't have anything, for personal. Everything for Krishna. Do we hear anyone that has conflict goals other than Krishna? We all have, right? I have. I mean, I want to be honest because I'm just in the, the lowest of the lowest ladder. Yeah, I still want, this house. I want my son to be like this. That there is, expectation, attachment is still there. But we cannot eliminate completely, but we can think everything as Krishna's blessing. My son also is given by Krishna, he is part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna, please bless him also. Let everyone be happy. That is also a prayer. It is a little bit of material is also combined there. But the best thing is that whatever we do, Krishna, I'm going to offer to you. I'm going to surrender it to you. Whatever you want to do it, do that. Baldeswar Prabhu, final words.
Nice decision, Prabhuji. As you said, we are not up to there, but our intention, our getting involved in more services, our thought process that will come to the Savanam Kirtanam only to reach that goal for everything for Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, everything for Krishna. Subal Prabhuji, let's hear from you. Because there is only a few more minutes, I think 3 minutes, 4 minutes left.
Yes, Prabhuji, as wonderfully mentioned by our Baldev Prabhu and Shilpa Mataji, only by Krishna's mercy, and this is possible, Prabhuji. Otherwise, we would have been in this material world with Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, right? I mean, repeated birth and death, always. And exhausting, and sometimes pious activity, sometimes that activity, this activity, but only with Krishna. Lastly, as Krishna says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Raja Aham Tam Sarva Papepya Mokshasam. So only by surrendering fully, Like as we see, I mean, sometimes we go there, sometimes we go there, but pure devotees, they are always in, Krishna. Whatever they do, whatever they eat, whatever they sing, whatever they, dance for Krishna, sing for Krishna, in that way, we can get rid of this Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very much. Dear devotees, we got a couple more minutes. Maybe I can refer one episode. This is about Mataji called, I mean, she's an historical figure, Karma Bai. Have you heard about her? She's from the Rajasthan. It is, I think, 18th century or something like that. She's a great devotee of Krishna. Her father is like, Trivedi. He's very, well learned, great devotee. And he used to go out, preach. And she was very young at that time. And her father used to say that you must offer first food to Krishna, then only you should eat from her young age. And she used to, first time she offered it to Krishna, and the boga is just there. She didn't realize why is not God eating? Krishna is not eating. She starts crying and she prays to Krishna. Krishna, if you don't eat, I will not eat. And it is said that Krishna eat that boga. And then her father comes to know that this goes on for some time. Then her father would come to know that this is what is happening. He would say, I don't really think, does it happen? So she would do it, offer, and he would see that Krishna comes and, takes the prasadam. And then she goes and settles down and she becomes very, kind of a prominent in the community. Then they will all move to Jagannath Puri. And then the king, he would call her. He would say, I want to see how this happened. And she used to do the same thing. Just pray to Krishna, Jagannath, and the prasadam will be taken by Jagannath. So this is a historical thing. Now we don't know what are the exact details, but her name is Karma Bai. Why that happens is that is the Ananya Bhakti. Complete, pure. You have to have faith that Krishna will take prasadam. The prasadam that we are offering, the decoration that we are doing, the kirtan we are singing, if you don't have the complete faith that Krishna is going to listen at ICC hall, if you think, oh, this person did not like it, that person did not like it, my sound did not work properly, there are so many material, there will be so many problems. But what was our consciousness? Are we singing for Krishna? Anything we do, the prasadam that we prepared, is it for Krishna or is it for some community member? Of course, devotees also have to be satisfied, no doubt about it. Everything has to be done very nicely. But the primary goal, as we understand from Damodar Leela, is first Krishna, then comes everything. We have to first pay attention to Krishna. Krishna, I am surrendering this to you. Whether this is good, better, best, it's up to you. Or if you reject it, that's also fine with me. But this is for you with full surrender. So devotees, time is 9. I think we were able to discuss few of the things. How Krishna will continue in the next verse. Again, this is also, we read 9:20. So tomorrow is going to continue again. Then they have what happens after they have gone to the higher planet. And after, enjoying so many things, they have to still, the only way to stop this Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi cycle is only Krishna consciousness. There is nothing else can help them. Any final comment, devotees, before we conclude?
Prabhuji, there's also Dibedi, right? Whereas while I was training my cardiology training in the Marmaris Medical Center in Brooklyn, we have a colleague who is Dibedi.
Trivedi, yeah.
Yes. But unfortunately, this guy was eating unforbidden foods, and he said that he just permissions given by his father. So that is a Kali Yuga, Divi Divyan
Yeah.
going downwards.
Yeah. These are, but like the Yadavas, Yadav, they're all in the UP side. I met Yadav when I first visited Vrindavan. It was arranged by the ISKCON Vrindavan through their guest house. They said that he's a very good guide. His family is, they all do, and very honest person. And he said that they all treat Krishna as a family member. He said that Prabhupada used to come and actually he used to invite few Yadav, and he used to even kind of this is what he mentioned. He used to do kind of a Pada Puja for them. Yeah, for the Yadav, because they come from the family of Krishna. The Yadu family is what becomes Yadav, at least it's like a 5,000 years. But he said that, Srila Prabhupada was so elevated, he used to do everything by himself, go to all the printing shop, distribute everything. So, there are so many people. But right now in the material world, Prabhu, it's no more valid. Yes. It's no more relevant. The names or whatever. But that is the origin. Yes. The names have got much more meaning. It's not like,
deep reading.
Some mundane name.
And we had Ashish Trivedi Prabhu also, right? So
yeah. There are so many names, Prabhu. Yeah. Okay, devotees, any final thought? If not, we shall conclude. It's almost 9:03. Okay. Vancha kalpatrabhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha patitranam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. ISKCON Temple Sankirtana ki jai. ISKCON Temple Bhagavad Gita study ki jai. Glorious to the assembled devotees. Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
जय
हरे कृष्णा दंडवत
हरे
प्रणाम
कृष्णा
प्रभु
दंडवत प्रणाम श्रीदाम प्रभु जी की जय हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
थैंक यू प्रभु जी